I was 9 years old when I was told, why can't you understand mathematics? It's so important for the rest of your life. Well, I never knew why I never got it. And then I switched from one activity to the other. I started something, let it go, and moved to the other. And then I would be told, why can't you finish anything? If you want to be successful, a focused pursuit is very important in life. I grew up to be a very warm, sensitive, happy-go-lucky, bubbly child, yearning for my parents' and my grandmother's love, especially my mother's love, was very inherent in me. I would do everything for them, obey their orders, please them in every possible way. Very disciplined child. I was happy. It was my choice, definitely. But with this, my boundaries went missing. I almost felt that I lived unconscious, enmeshed with my surroundings, especially my primary caregivers. Now, with this kind of a living, what happens is the self goes missing. And that's what happened with me. My self was not available to me. My power, my choices were not available to me. Others' likes were my likes. Others' choices were my choices. My decisions were taken by every other person. And it almost felt that my inner self was fragmented into a million pieces of shining glass. It made me feel sad, but I didn't know any other way of living that time. This was so until one day, I went for campus recruitments to a fashion school. And at that time, I was recruiting the cream of students. And I asked myself, in what capacity am I recruiting them? What have I achieved till date? What am I really proud of? What are my achievements? And that was the beginning of my journey inward. I started turning my inquiry inside and I asked myself, who am I really? What are my strengths? What are my goals? What are my ambitions? What do I really strive for? And that's when I had seeded the first seed into my transformation journey. It was definitely a new ray of hope for me. I was happy. I thought I would sustain it. But unfortunately, I couldn't sustain this. And that led me to inquire deeper. What is happening? Why am I not able to sustain this journey? And I realized that the seed was sowed in barren soil. The soil also was fragmented, just like my inner. I once again inquired, why is this fragmentation? What is making me feel so fragmented? And that's what led me to understand that my thoughts, my emotions, and my automatic behavior were all not working for me. So what is that? I started inquiring. Going to the world of my thoughts, there were these automatic thoughts coming in. Oh, you're not good enough. You don't deserve it. You're too unintelligent. You're naive. You can't do this. It's too big for you. And these thoughts would be so automatic and running all the time. It would make me shrink. It would make me feel small. And I couldn't play big. This almost felt like I'm at the start line of a race. I want to win the race. I want to run there. I want to win it. But I was tied. I was heavily tied. My legs were tied. And I forget winning. I could not even run further. And it felt miserable, actually, every minute of my thoughts. Now, entering the world of my emotions. Emotions were my strength and weakness. Cliched, isn't it? So on one hand, I was very warm, very sensitive, happy-go-lucky, cheerful, would love to listen to others. But on the other hand, I was very vulnerable. Anything that happens in the external situation would blow me. And I was not able to find my emotional balance. It was so difficult and I would feel vulnerable all the time. And then I would go running to my friends or my family or my caregivers in search for balance. And finally, the third component of this broken soil was the space of my automatic behavior. At times I would behave in a way that I don't want to do this, but I don't know why I'm doing it. And I wish I could control myself, but I had no control over my behavior. And here, it had a companion. And I'm sure few of you might understand what this is. These are characters from the famous fairy tale, Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. So my behavior was the master, and the genie was my body. If the master said, you have to do it, be it ill, be it dull, be it energetic, whatever, the body had to comply. It had to execute the decision, the command of the master. And I wondered, why does my behavior happen so? So for example, if I receive a big project and I have to start working on the project, my thoughts would tell me, this is too difficult. I don't think you can do it. Watch out. You may want to think twice before you take it on. It's too big. My thoughts said this. Now my emotions would tell me, they wouldn't tell me anything. I would feel fear, extreme fear in my bones, deep inside. Fear of failure, fear of being ridiculed, fear of just being ashamed in front of people. And it was to be so difficult that I would be so anxious, nervous, even before I start the activity or the project. And from this, the behavior would get cues from the thoughts and the emotions. And my behavior would do either it would procrastinate and wait for a day, last minute to do it because I'm scared. Or I would overwork. It would tell the body, burn yourself, do it. And my body would burn itself and do it and execute the command. No doubt, I would do a great job every single time. But at what cost? Huge burnout, huge fatigue. I would be drained at the end of the day. And that success that I received, I would not be able to enjoy it at all because I'm so burnt out to even enjoy it. Now for transformation to occur, I was very clear I wanted to shift. I had discovered what was broken inside me. For transformation to occur, I needed to hold this inquiry deep inside me. And it was not easy, but I said, this is what I want to do. I had to loosen up the soil. I had to till the soil. I had to sow the seed and wait for it to root. And I had to patiently wait for it to shoot. And this, I call, is the process of self-mastery. Mastery over my thoughts, my emotions, and my behavior, including my body. Mastery is that feeling of control, of power, of feeling good in myself. That's what I desired for myself. So this process, I had to take help from many practices. So I started the journey. I took to therapy, I took to coaching, I certified myself in many self-development programs and well-being methodologies. And all were giving me some or the other ray of hope that I feel transformed and I feel a master over my thoughts, my emotions, and my behavior. I did not want to live automatic. Few of the practices I sustain and few have really helped me. I wish to share with you a couple of them. To master my thoughts, I took to journaling. I have been practicing journaling for over 2 decades now. So in my journal, in my book, I would write down every single thought that came to me. The good, the bad, the ugly, all had its space in my journal. And my journal was a neutral mirror. It told me exactly what am I feeling. And the moment I see that I'm feeling a shrinking thought or a critical thought, I would quickly use some methodology to transform them into expansive energy. So the energy would shift. And I kept doing it for a long, long time to gain this practice and this expertise over my thoughts. To transform my emotions, was a difficult journey. So I knew that I needed to have minute awareness of my emotions. So I started asking myself, what am I feeling right now? And I used to ask it multiple times in the day. Another practice that helped me here was arts and art therapy. So I resorted to body work, dance, movement, mandalas, eurythmy, and many other practices in the realm of arts therapy to understand what emotions are happening at this point of time, to acknowledge them, and to transform them. And today, between a stimulus, which is any situation that comes today, and a response from my end, I always access the pause. And in that pause, I choose what emotion am I feeling? What thought do I want to choose? And I respond. And that has made me feel very grounded, very like a master is how I feel. It took me many illnesses to realize that my body is finite. I can't keep going on like this. So I started this practice called dialogue with the body. Our body has a language of its own. My body had a language of its own, and every part of my body has a language. I started tuning in and listening to my body. And that enabled this automatic behavioral pattern to stop. This journey was a long one. It was also dark. And why I say dark? I had to meet my inner demons. There were so many things that were fighting. I would hear things inside saying, why do you want to do all of this? Just let go. Just do your work. Just move on. But no, it was not giving me peace. So I had to fight them. Sometimes I fell badly. And other times, I stood strong, tall, and upright. And that gave me the hope. Another thing, I always knew that at the end of this dark tunnel is hope. There is light. And I want to chase that. And then I asked, why am I holding this so dear to me? And it is because I feel, and I always felt that I'm born to do big things in life. And I'm not willing to settle for anything small. I am not willing to play small. And that hope always sustained inside of me. You're dumb. You're not at all good. You're not good enough, said my critical self. You've been on a journey. Oh, come on. You're going to see it through. You're all fine. You are getting all your answers from within, would say my hopeful self. So my critical self and hopeful self kept dialoguing. But the hopeful self always won the game. And this journey from self-fragmentation to integration to self-mastery to self-reverence has been a very, very fruitful experience for me. I am proud of this. And I say it with a lot of groundedness, I would say, because I truly feel it. Today, all answers are from within me. I know that I have to just be silent and listen to myself inward, and I will get my answers. I do not have to run behind anybody or the other. All answers will come from within me. So in this journey, I have discovered a few pearls, and I wish to share those pearls with you before I conclude. The first pearl: when you desire something deeply, work for it. Keep your eyes on that completely all the time. Desire it enough. And work towards it and manifest it. And it is bound to be yours. There is no way. It is going to come to you. The second pearl. Our inner world precedes the outer. So all of us can run after fame, success. Brilliant. But if you do it, ignoring your thoughts and your emotions and what you're feeling inside, you may fall flat. Watch out. The third pearl. We are all born radiant. Imagine you, me, we were as children, how beautiful we were, how likable, lovable we were. Yes, we were born with that radiance. Along the way, like I did, you may have lost it. And if you feel lost at this point of time in your life, no issues. Just take to a few practices. Do it every single day. And when that happens, you'll be able to find your power back and your shine back, and you'll be back to radiance again. The fourth pearl. From confusion and unclarity came a lot of my personal and my professional breakthroughs. My transformation was because of the confusion I had experienced. So if you're feeling confused, use it as a portal for transformation. Welcome it. Go all out. The fifth pearl, the universal process, and this is what the tree teaches us, is root to shoot. The seed roots first, shoots later. So if you say that I don't have time to care for my thoughts or my emotions or care for my body, it is unsustainable. It won't work. And the final pearl. Life is a big gift to us. Use it sensibly, use it carefully, use it intelligently. You may face roadblocks. No problem. Reach out for help and support. There are so many willing to help. And with this, you will achieve your success and you will use the life intelligently. I wish to live every moment of my life with awareness, with consciousness and self-mastery. Do you know why? It's because it makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel grounded. And I wish and I hope the same for each one of you. Thank you.